Hey guys, welcome back to our second attempt at doing an overview of one of our cars. Today we are with the Koenigsegg Regera. It's one of 80 in the world. It's quickly become one of our favorites in the garage. Driving experience is second to none of any car I've ever driven, including any of these cars that we have tucked away in the garage today. Driving with the open top experience on this car is second to none. V8, 5-liter, twin turbo. It sounds like a muscle car with a little bit of help from some turbos and the hybrid assist batteries. We'll do a quick walk around. I'll show you some of the key features that we really like. There's so many quirks and features, as Doug likes to say, about this car, but we're just gonna hit a few of our favorites today. One of the key features that I'm a big fan of is the Ghost package. So that includes the side skirts, the carbon front, Aero package, the canards here. And if you walk around the back, they threw these on as well. Basically what that does, it adds quite a bit more downforce to the car. That option, I think it's around $270,000 for the Ghost package. While we're around back, I'll show you some of my other favorite features. So if you get down here, you can see this would typically be the exhaust. However, that is not the actual V8 combustion engine exhaust. They saved that for the Akrapovic. I think these are pretty fascinating. So they teamed up with Akrapovic to make these vertical exhausts blend in with the rear diffuser here. This is actually to dissipate heat out of the hybrid battery system, which sits right here. We'll take a look at that here in a minute. Another cool feature is where you plug the car in. So if you double tap this here, this is where the 800-volt hybrid charging system plugs in. It's a huge wire, 800 volts, you can imagine. Press it again, and it goes back up. Have your backup camera here, fully active Aero Wing. Actually, it's probably my favorite feature is the way this car rides and handles. It's really hard to explain. It basically floats over bumps. And the reason for that is the chassis is made out of 65,000 Newton meters of torsional rigidity. Basically what that means is this is the strongest carbon chassis of any car ever made in the world. And you can really tell if you go ahead and pop the rear hatch here. I'll show you another reason why the suspension and the handling and the ride of this car is just next level. They have 3 Olin shock absorbers on here on the triplex suspension. So basically what that does, under hard acceleration, the car will squat, which will add a lot more grip to these massively wide tires you see back here. The car's, I say it's limited to 2.8 seconds 0 to 60 because anything faster than that you're not going to be able to hook up even under perfect conditions. But here you have the hybrid system, the radiators. So whenever you go to the gas station, you gotta flex on everybody. When you pull up, you gotta pop this rear clam here, and your fill up is right here. 1,500 horsepower, 1,500 pound-foot of torque. Not too many cars are gonna be able to outrun this car. So another cool feature is you're out driving, it's a chilly morning, so you have the top on, you know, your head gets a little cold if you're bald like me. A cool feature is you can pull over as it warms up later in the day. You can go ahead and pop this button here twice, and the front shell opens up. You can just quickly stow and go the top. A lot of hypercars, you either gotta take it off and leave it off at the garage, hope it doesn't rain. The Regera, on the other hand, you can just stow and go and you're fine. These plugs here, it's actually a water drain, so all the water runs down through these hoses out through the bottom of the car so you don't flood the trunk or the frunk of the car. So we'll go ahead and hit the Ghost button. Shut everything. So one of the most unique features that everybody loves is the auto skin feature on the Regera, which is also the Ghost feature. If you go ahead and hit the Ghost twice, car goes into flex mode on everybody. So as we walk around the side, I quickly want to point out the fully carbon fiber wheels that are optional. These also save 40% weight savings over your standard aluminum wheels, which is pretty significant. Also another unique center lock that's made just for Koenigsegg. Let's continue on the interior. First thing you notice is the door mechanism. I like the way Doug explained it. It's almost like the doors are doing a somersault. It has sensors on the mirrors. That way there, if you pull up to a curb, you can see how low the door gets. It'll also stop the door, and then you can manually push it open if you have a little bit more room. Probably the widest door sill of any car that we have in the garage, which when the top is on, it can make it a little bit tricky with getting in and out of the car. But with the top off, you just kind of hop right in. There's no issues there. So once you jump inside the Regera, it's a great combination of very, very nice materials. The finishes on everything is really, really nice. Now that we're in the interior, we can also check out the 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 latches. That's all it takes to put the roof back on the car. It takes maybe 5 minutes. It also helps if you have somebody that can stand on the other side of the car and help you. It is possible to do it by yourself. It is a pain in the butt though. We can take the key, the leather side out, and place it in the magnetic holder over here, which that key has got to be in that spot in order to move the car. Go ahead and hit the engine start stop with your foot off the brake. That wakes up the hybrid system. You are free now to put it in drive, place it back in park with the park button here at the end of the stalk, or you can put it in reverse using the traditional downshift lever. Now we can go ahead and put with our foot on the brake pedal, hit engine start stop again, and the 5-liter V8 twin turbo fires right up. So I know that was a little bit quick. I just wanted to touch on a few of our favorite features on the Koenigsegg Regera. We're gonna have a lot more content to come with this car. I hope you guys enjoy it. It's definitely one of our favorites. I think you guys are really gonna like what we have coming next from Koenigsegg. Stay tuned.
Set me free and give me death, there ain't no other choices. When I lay down and go to sleep, I keep on hearing voices.
Well, it's crazy the way it just keeps going. You don't get that sense of like the red line in a traditional gear.
The blow-off valves, when you let off the gas, is unlike any other car. It reminds me of the P1.
Said it again.
Right there, did you hear that? The one thing we're going to have to do is do an acceleration test between this and the She-Rod.
Yes. Oh yeah. It just keeps going once you get up there.
And you were just leaning into that too.
Yeah, it's got so much power to give.
I just think that it's one of the coolest things that the founder and CEO, Christian, is an engineer at heart. So you can see it, how everything's designed and built from an engineer. Like how the hinges are showcased inside the car, where you'd think something like a hinge, why would you ever want to see a hinge, and how that operates? Like it is a true engineering feat, just opening the door.
But there's such art in the engineering.
And then just from the ownership perspective, you know, we've had very few issues, very few problems. This thing's been very good. We drive it all the time.
Well, it's such a smooth car, you can drive it like a daily driver. You don't have to drive it like a maniac.
Correct. I like that. I love how modern the interior looks compared to the Regera. It's a good evolution from the Regera to just modern, space age looking.
I just like driving it. It's so easy to drive.
It is.
You honestly don't feel like you're in a hypercar as far as... No, some of them you feel like you've got to really be on your game because you're in a race car.
That's right. But no, we're really excited that this is our first entry into the Koenigsegg family. We've already put a deposit on it, Yesco, and I think there's a long ways to go with being a part of Koenigsegg. And corporate, everybody that we've dealt with has been fantastic. They've been extremely responsive. One of the coolest things is if they need to look at something, a lot of the times the guys in Sweden know before we know that something's going on with the car, or they can tell us what's going on and they'll send you a text like, hey, this is going on with the car. We're sending an update over the air. So the next time you get in, just make sure you update your car.
That's pretty cool.
That's crazy. So just love Koenigsegg as a brand. It's one of my favorites. They've made us feel fantastic. No, we can't say enough about this car, and we're really excited to work with Koenigsegg in the future.
Couldn't be happier.
So if you're in the market, you're thinking about buying a Regera, do it.
Don't think any longer, do it.
Do it.
That was fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Did you enjoy that ride?
Yeah.
Was that thrilling for you?
It was thrilling because we're in part of the trilogy.
Yes.
We do have to have these collective nouns.
I like that.
For thing. I want to say thanks again to Nick Jones at Lamborghini Newport Beach with RDS. Always a great process buying cars through them.
Thanks, Nick. different angle here. Oh yeah, I'm raising the front compartment.
How's that?
Yeah, that's how we look like from above. I don't know if we can drive like this, right? It could be bad.
We can't drive like that.